Aloha, great job. Quick explanation about what we were just chit-chatting about. When we're playing out our chords, the idea is if we were going to take a chord melody like a G major, and then to a C major, and then to a D major, and then back to a G major, we can analyze all those chords and say G major is a major seniority. It's not a minor, it's not a diminished, it's not an augmented. C major, the same. D major, the same. So the concept that we go through is, what are the relative minors of G major? Well, that would be E minor. So all the notes, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, and D, and then E, can be played over the top of G. That's if you wanted to give like a minor seniority to a major chord. So if we had that's kind of like a little feel like a E, G, F, D, A, B, E, F sharp, D. We could do a multitude of different notes. If we kept it simple, it could be that just uses E and F sharp. It means that you know E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, and E are an E aeolian, or a minor scale. When we manipulate that to have any other note, we would probably manipulate E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D, with that C sharp that's in the key of D when we play over D. So if the melody was a G major, C, D, to a G again, we can use that same scale, G. When we go to the C major there, we can use the G major scale, but we would use it having a C sharp, which means G, A, B, C sharp is G Lydian. So over the top of that, I don't have to play G Lydian over the top of a C. But when I go to the D, having that C sharp feels kind of out of place unless I already put it in a melody which went through the previous chord or the chord before. So not over talking it. If we had a melody line of we'd have we'd have open D, 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 E, F sharp, G, G. We're gonna go up to a, we could do a hammer on, come back up. So B, C, B, G. Any variation of that using the major third and then using the flat 7 in the key of D. Notice how when we do that, that automatically knowing that that's the note inside of D major, that is flattened to make a D7, D dominant 7, utilizing the C natural rather than the C sharp, because in the key of G, G, A, B, C, C feels better than a C sharp. So what we do is, unless your melody line is centering around that C sharp, a Lydian mode, we just don't really use it. It's interesting, because we don't really talk about modal structures, but knowing what they are is what we use to kind of float inside and outside of different concepts. So the concept here is, I'm going to give you a couple tracks with backing tracks so you could use the ones that you got on lines there. And I will show you, hopefully, after watching what you're doing here next week when we reconvene, if you were to pick a simple melody line over, let's say, an A major to a D major, and you know that you've got your A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, and A. When you see G major, you can actually change that G major, and that, not G major, but a D major that we have in A major and D major. If we're playing the A major and you've got the A with the C sharp, F sharp, and G sharp, a D does not have a G sharp in there. But what if it did? D, E, F sharp, G sharp. Well, that would be D Lydian. So when we play A major, if you're in the middle of a run that has D, F sharp, G sharp, then you're considering that mode that if you hover around that G sharp as the distinctive tone, you're playing in a D Lydian, which just means you have a raised fourth. That's all it's saying. So concept this week, write a little ditty on the Mando on one of these backing tracks, and when we bring it to the table next week, we're gonna dissect it and see what we came up with. Okay, aloha.